What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and thank you, Bogai, for the request. The Rangda, or the Rangdan, were a type of Xenos species that were hostile against the Imperium during the Great Crusade. The Imperium would first come into contact with this species once they breached the northeast sector of the Great Crusade era, and almost immediately within the year 860 M30, the Rangdan would actually launch an offensive against the Imperial forces. This conflict would eventually be dubbed the Rangdan Xenocide. You see, this species of Xenos was highly technologically advanced and aggressive. They would assault the Imperium for exactly 3 campaigns, and it was even coined to be one of the bloodiest conflicts that the Imperium would ever experience prior to the Horus Heresy. To give you an idea as to how severe the conflict actually was, it required the direct intervention of none other than the Emperor himself, 3 Space Marine legions, roughly over a dozen Titan legios, the forces of the Old Mechanicum, several Night Houses, and hundreds of thousands of the Imperial Auxilia. At this time of the Great Crusade, it was the Dark Angels that were actually the largest Space Marine legion, not the Ultramarines. But seeing as the conflict was so severe and the Dark Angels took the brunt of the force, this is when the Ultramarines would claim that spot. Besides their savagery, the account of their advanced technology, and the aftermath of the war, little is actually known about this Xenos species, and although the Imperium claims that they have been fully wiped out, even that is up to speculation. You see, this occurred so early in the Great Crusade and so long ago that all the documents pertaining to this event have been long sealed in the archives. But what we do know of these creatures is that a single one of them was proven more than a match for a Space Marine, which was rare for the time. On top of which, they were actually coined for not wanting to fight their own battles and would release the army of slaves at their disposal first. These were extremely powerful creatures that left more than an impact on the Imperium as a whole. And not to say they actually had units of the Slough at their disposal. Nobody knows how or why, maybe they worked together or maybe they were slaves, but the fact that they still had these units that terrifies the Imperium today speaks more than volume of their danger. We know they were highly technologically advanced, we know that they were extremely vicious, and we know that they brought one of the bloodiest conflicts the Imperium would ever see. But other than that, like many of the non-main faction species in 40k, they remain much of a mystery to this day. But with that being said, thanks again Bogai for the request. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if there's anything you want to hear about next, and as always, remember to follow for more.